enjoy the time. I'm excited because in June, I wasn't able to do this given the move and just like everything happening, just kind of getting acclimated, but we're back. We're back with Dear Journal. Oh, shout out to Walking Dead. Love you, Walking Dead. And I'm excited because we're going to do this, and then I'm going to jump and go exercise and do some artwork and all bunch of other tasks that I have lined up for the day. But I wanted to first speak with my family, my dressing roommate family, friends, all of that good stuff. So let's get into it. Let's talk about journaling and what kind of brings us here together in this moment. So my name, if you're not already familiar, is Natasha Nurse. I'm the owner and co-founder of Dressing Roommate, a coaching and consulting platform for women entrepreneurs, creatives. Essentially, I'm teaching the art of pivoting, the art of re-innovation, the art of powerful mindset techniques, as well as how fashion and networking and social media are all tools that you can use to succeed personally or professionally. And I do a myriad of different videos. The Dear Journal series is something that I started that really is near and dear to my heart because it's something that I do for myself. I journal every day, but what's special about this is I make sure to also have kind of themes that I can share in my Dressing Roommate journal and share with you guys. But I have lots of journals. I do lots of writing. It's important. It's important for personal, mental, spiritual growth. So I do it. I encourage you to do it, and a part of this series is to open that conversation up for you so that if you haven't journaled and you're thinking about, is this something for you? Is this something that you want? You have like actual context that you can think about and say, okay, well, she does this and da, 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 right? And you can kind of take it or leave it as you see fit, right? So that's me, you know, a little bit more about me, why I journal. I've been journaling since I was a child, probably 5 or 6 years old. I've loved writing. I love creating content. And for me, it's like personal therapy. It's like cathartic. It's art. It's how I resolve conflict within myself, with others. It's how I set intentions. It's how I goal set. It's also how I dream and fantasize and all of that, right? All of that is something that you have going on in here, but what if you put it down on paper? What if you typed it on your computer or your phone, right? So that's journaling. Now, today's topic is thank you, right? Like that's the title of the program for the Dear Journal subject for today. And the reason being is I've just been in a really great place of just being very grateful and thankful and happy with some of the changes that have taken place in my life. Because if you've been following along on the conversation, I've moved across the country. I'm now in Arizona. I used to be a New Yorker. I'll always be a New Yorker by heart and trade, but your girl doesn't need to live there anymore. And being that now today actually marks a month of being an Arizonian, and I got my license and my car plates to prove it, you know, what do I feel? People ask, how do I feel? And I feel like I've moved to paradise. I feel like I am freer and happier than ever before. The sunlight is warm and intense. Literally tried to break my phone last weekend, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm very grateful and very thankful to be here because I think the pace of life is exactly what I'm looking for. The scenery is exactly what I'm looking for when I go and drive to food shopping or to go to the library, which you'll always find me at the library. I drive and there's mountains in the periphery, right? And for me, I think that there's nothing more beautiful or more exciting than that. So I love it. I'm very, very grateful and thankful. But ultimately, in a world where there's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of positivity, negativity, things happening, why exactly should we be thankful and grateful? I think that for many of us, we underestimate the value of making sure that we are giving thanks and that we wake up with a thankful, grateful attitude. And that before we go on to what am I drinking, where's the coffee, what does this person need, that we fully take the time to say, hey, I'm thankful for, I'm grateful for, these are my intentions and my gratitude set for the universe. So with that, I before we continue on and think about, you know, the benefits of thankfulness, can we name some things that we're thankful for like this minute? Is that like a possibility, who wants to put that in the comments? That I would really, really love, because it would give people actual practical, tactical things that they can think about, and then they can apply it and go forward with it. So for me, I can say I woke up and I was grateful that I woke up. I was grateful that I woke up next to my best friend. I was grateful that my husband, obviously, I was grateful for my pooch, my dog, and I'm going to talk about this all, as well as my list of gratitude that I constantly think about during the day. But and in addition to that, I was grateful that I was feeling better, because yesterday evening I was like not feeling so great with my hypothyroidism. If you've, again, paid attention to some of the content that I put out, I talk about kind of the ups and downs with that, and there's plenty, there's plenty to name from there. But I was grateful that, you know, the sleep and the rest helped put my stomach in a little bit better positioning. So I was grateful for just healing, and grateful for having and starting a new day. So those are just things, a couple of things that I was thankful and grateful for today. But again, please, like I said, put in the comments, what are you thankful and grateful for today? And then we'll take it from there. So generally, why be thankful? Why be grateful? First and foremost, we'll talk a little bit about this, but if anyone's familiar with the law of attraction, thoughts attract thoughts, like attracts like, right? Then the more thankful and the more grateful you are, what are you telling the universe? To send me more things to be thankful and grateful for. So there is literally a benefit to you personally, professionally, spiritually, physically, all of that, financially, to be grateful, because essentially you are putting into the universe the attraction of more. So if you're grateful and thankful for loved ones that you have in your life, right, and you want more of that, then you should be grateful for what you have so that you can attract more of that. If you're grateful for the amount of money in your bank account and you're excited for more opportunities to make more money, you're telling the universe, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to make more money. I'm ready to have more opportunities. So thoughts create thoughts, like attracts like. So essentially, think about gratitude and thankfulness as kind of like fishing, and you're throwing out the line, right? And you're waiting to see what you pull up and what you bring back. And so that's what I kind of think about. I just want to wake up and put it into the universe, kind of throw my line in and say, hey, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, so there's that. Next, I think, to be honest, personally, I appreciate my life a lot more if I sit down and really start to think about the love and devotion that my husband gives me, the love and devotion that my dog gives me, the love and devotion that I feel from people who have supported me in my life, the opportunities afforded to me, the opportunities that I create. I'm a lot more appreciative, essentially, right? If you really sit down and think about it, just this kind of attitude of like, wow, this is actually happening, this is my life, instead of taking the attitude, which sadly I see way too often, of people writing online that, like, especially recently, I shared this article. It was so interesting. It was about, like, if you're unhappy, change your life. You're like, kind of, you're in charge of your own happiness, which is not like a terribly difficult concept to understand. But for some reason, I was getting some comments on Facebook about, you know, change is only afforded to people of wealth or certain caliber in society. And I thought that was such an interesting perspective, that people really don't believe in change. People really don't believe in the power of gratitude and thankfulness, because even in the midst of the worst time of your life, you need to be grateful. You need to be thankful, because otherwise, what are you telling the universe? Hey, this person doesn't care, so they want more shit piled on, right? But if you're grateful even for the difficult challenges in your life, you're learning, you're going to grow, you're going to attract more help that you need if you're not already getting the amount that you need, right? But the negative, the alternative of like, this ain't shit, I'm always gonna have this, I'm always gonna have problems, no one cares about me, I'm not rich enough, I'm not this, I don't look a certain way, Thoughts create things, right? Like thoughts beget things and become things, and you are literally just saying the shit you feel now is the shit you want and more. And I just think you should probably rethink that focus and rethink about what you're saying to yourself, what you're thinking to yourself, and what you're thinking is doing to the universe, and how the universe is delivering on those thoughts. just a little bit of tidbits, guys. And then also I find the more thankful and grateful I am, the less likely I am to sweat the small things. Because your girl, listen, I'm a Virgo. I love control, love control. love knowing how my day is going to do, planning like nobody's planned before. I have plans for my plans, anally retentive, lawyer by trade, right? Like there's a lot of neuroses that go on with those types of identifiers, and it's all me, right? But the more that I stick and commit to the idea of like thankfulness and gratitude, I'm able to cut through a lot of that crap so that I can, you know, maybe the plan didn't work out exactly how I wanted it, but what did I get out of it? What did I learn out of it? The thankfulness, the gratefulness allows me to pause on the freak out moments that are easily attainable. It's super easy to freak out. It's super easy to get mad. It's super easy to get negative, but it takes more consciousness. It takes more time and patience to be thankful, to be grateful, and to say, wait a minute, wait 1 minute. There is a blessing happening right before me. There's a blessing about to happen. There's a blessing happening next week. Am I ready to receive it? Am I ready to see it? Am I ready to be a blessing for someone else? Right? So it allows you to really get in there and not just like be so reactive and so emotional, which is super easy, but to really pause and see the blessings for which there are. See the thankfulness and feel it and emanate that and give that to others. Because it's not just about, you know, listen, we have to focus and harness the energy that we are feeling, but we also have to think about the energy we're putting out there and how we're also affecting other people's lives. So tidbits, guys, tidbits. So ultimately, what's the power of gratitude? I think it comes down to 3 main things. You can totally add to it. And again, this is a conversation, guys. So please put your thoughts and feelings in the comments. I'm happy to, you know, integrate them in the conversation. This is always, every time I do one of these, it's a conversation. I never just want to be me, the only one talking. I want to make sure that I'm catering and feeding into your life and making sure that this is a blessing for you, because that's, otherwise, why do it, right? Why do it? So power of gratitude, I think it comes down to 3 things. First, it helps you get through obstacles. When we go through some stuff, we need to be able to see the other side. Otherwise, we'll feel like this is insurmountable. We'll feel like the obstacle is going to overtake us. We'll feel like the obstacle is going to prevent us from getting our dreams. The obstacle can deter you. Obstacles can be a hell of a lot that a person needs to deal with. But if we can hold on to that gratitude string, right? If we can hold on and tether ourselves to it and say, no, 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 there's blessings. There's blessings in the obstacle. There's blessings on the other side of this obstacles. There's blessings through the obstacles. The obstacle becomes so much smaller. It starts to shrink immediately, right? So meaning if you're like in a car accident, it's super easy to be like, what the, right? And get mad at the person who hit you, or get mad at the person who stopped short and caused the accident, right? Or we first pause and say, oh my gosh, thank God I'm alive, right? Look around, is there anyone else? Thank God no one else is hurt, right? Get out, see the car. Oh, thank God it's only this part that was hurt. Speak and live and be in a place of thankfulness first, and you will bypass the erratic, nonsensical, ineffective, emotional vomit that will spew out of your mouth like it happens to so many of us, and really focus on the right side of things, which is the thankfulness, the gratefulness. And yeah, it sucks to be in a car accident. Yeah, it sucks to, you know, lose money. It sucks to lots of things suck in this world, obviously. But where's the blessing? There's always a blessing. You have to find it. You have to be the investigator. You have to be on a hunt for the blessing, okay? Next, focusing on the right stuff, thankfulness, gratitude, it helps you stay focused. It helps you see what you need to do to keep moving, either through an obstacle or through the next stage of your business, or writing that book, or changing your career, whatever you're working on right now in your life. Thankfulness, gratitude helps you tether yourself to the right stuff, because what happens in this world, it's super easy to not work on the book because we're watching Real Housewives of any of the cities for which they have that show. It's super easy to not work on your fitness goals because A, the bed is there and ice cream's in the fridge and da 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 da. But you know, if you're thankful for having that exercise bike, if you're thankful for the opportunity to walk around the block, maybe you're more likely, now that you're focusing on the thankfulness, the gratitude, to get outside, put on those sneakers, walk that 20 minutes, get on, do that 30-minute bike ride, get on, talk to the person you need to talk to, resolve the conflicts, right? Thankfulness and gratitude helps you stay focused. It helps you hone in on what you need to do next. And that's super, super important because there's so many distractions out here, so many distractions. And, you know, we need whatever tools and techniques and coping mechanisms to overcome these so that we can get past it and see, nope, 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 you're not catching me. Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna keep moving, right? And then the next point is, I mentioned this a little bit about this, not kind of focusing on the small stuff, but also like you're also, the more focused you are on thankfulness and gratitude, the more likely you're going to learn whatever lesson you need to learn, either in your success, moment of struggle, moment of obstacle, whatever it is. Because why? You're thinking. So too many of us are living our lives and we're being very unconscious about it, right? So we're just getting up, we're doing things, but we're not thinking, why am I doing what I need to do? What is next, right? Like constantly kind of being consciously planning, move to move, room to room, activity to activity is, yeah, it might seem overwhelming, but it's very strategic. And strategy is a key of what? It's a key to success. It's a key to leveling up. It's a key to reinvention. It's a key to so many things that we need to do in our world. So thankfulness, gratitude means you're going to be forcing yourself to think, and the more likely you are to think, the more likely you are to focus, right? And it becomes kind of this domino effect of like, gratitude, thankfulness means what? I'm thinking, I'm conscious, which means what? I'm going to be strategic, which means I can succeed. It means I can win, win, win. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like ministry. This is like ministry of the mind, guys. So I hope you're taking notes. And if you disagree, agree, whatever, however you feel on it, put it in the comments. I'm happy to debate about it, to conversate about it. But it's, you know, I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm speaking from the experience of my clients. I'm speaking from the perspective of what I think is necessary as a kind of a tool to kind of keep moving forward and to really appreciate what we have in the beginning, in the middle, in the end, and thereafter. Because sometimes we get so caught up on the outcome. But if you're a fan of like Gary Vaynerchuk, shout out to Gary V, what's he always talk about? It's about loving the process, not the outcome, right? Because if you're only out here for the outcome, you're missing what? All the steps necessary to get there. And it's all those steps is where there's learning and where there's growth and where there's passion and when there is gratitude and thankfulness for all of it, the good, bad, the ugly, different and indifferent, all of it. Talked about law of attraction. I just want to rehash it again. Things attract things. Thoughts attract thoughts. Thoughts become reality. The story you tell in your head becomes the life you live. So if that doesn't make sense to you, please put that in the comments so that I know that I can maybe elaborate on this and do a whole separate program on the law of attraction. If you've read The Secret, what I can do is I can give you guys the recommendation. If you haven't read it, I mean, it's a very old book, but it's a classic. If you go to dressingyourmate.com, and I'm going to put links in and all that stuff at the end, but let me pull in The Secret right here for you and give that to you. But this book, have you read this? This book is everything, guys. You got to read The Secret. It is, it's everything, 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 everything. And it really gives you a good explanation as to what the law of attraction is, how it's applied in people's lives, like Lisa Nichols, very famous coach and public speaker, motivator, people who have acquired massive kind of accreditation and power and wealth in this world, all attribute to a lot of things that helped them get there, but a big part of it is definitely what they were thinking, what they were doing, the time they were spending with others, and how the law of attraction really works in their life. So Have you read The Secret? Click on the link. It's in the comments. You can totally get that book. And if you're like, what? Where do I go? Also, you can always go to dressingroom8.com. I'll put that at the end. And I have a recommendations page. I'll share that with you. So you can check out all the books that I'm reading and I recommend for you guys. All right. Next, how does gratitude and law of attraction work together, right? What is the symbiotic relationship that is? Thankful, what? Creates opportunities for the universe to deliver more moments of thankfulness for you. The minute I start the day with saying thank you, and for me, it's thank you, God, but for you, it might be thank you, universe. For you, it might be just thank you, self. However you, whatever religious or faith-based or just belief system in life that you take, this works. It's not like, oh, I need to be Christian to, You need to be a human being and you need to focus on what you need, and these are things that you need. So law of attraction works no matter what denomination or what perspective you're taking on life. Hey, Aunt, thanks for joining. And like begets like, right? Thoughts attract more thoughts and thoughts become reality. So that is the basis of law of attraction. And so with thankfulness, if I start with thankfulness, what does it mean with the law of attraction? It tells the universe to deliver more things for me to be able to be thankful and grateful for. So that's where it connects. And that's the powerful tethering that if you really think about that, you're like, oh, snap. So every time I complain, every time I'm not thankful, every time I'm not grateful, I'm actually what? Telling the universe, hey, I want more things not to be thankful for. I want more things not to be grateful for. That's a hell of a lesson to learn if you haven't already learned it. I've learned it. When I complain, I don't, and most people, right? If you think about it, when you say, oh, I'm complaining, I'm upset, do you then get like rewarded? Do you win the lotto? Do you get more things? No, it usually becomes what? Bad things come in three, because you set that story for yourself. You said you want more crap to happen. So if you want a different story to be played out, then you have to think and say a different story, right? And it tells the universe, hey, she ready to learn, she ready to move on. But this negative begets negativity. I'm not sure what it's going to take for some people to get it, but it's a hell of a lesson. If you haven't already learned it, it's a hell of a lesson that will keep getting played out in your life over and over and over again. So I plead for you to take a moment and start, just even, like I said, just begin the day with I'm thankful for. Name 3 things you're thankful for, and do that for a month straight. Because what do they say about habits? It takes 30 days to either stop a habit or create a habit. So do it for 1 month straight, right? Like do it for all of month of July, a little bit into August, right? And once you do it, I think you won't want to stop. Like you'll just be like, oh, this feels good, right? It feels good to be thankful. It feels good to be grateful. So once you start to pay attention. What are good things that start to happen for you? What are changes in either your behavior or the people around you that start to add the blessing to your day, right? And take it from there. But the alternative of waking up, F you, screw this, me, see what that is, that doing anything for you? No, it's not, right? So we have to pay attention to what's going on and pay attention to what works. Negativity doesn't work. Look at any successful person. I've said this before. And I think it's really funny, actually. I think it's like if I were to do stand-up, I would totally start with that joke. Be like, every complaint, every negative shit-talking moment delivered great success for me. Try again. No. Every successful person I've ever read or listened to content or consumed stuff from them, they've never been like, everything I owe it all to my negativity. Really, my negativity got me through this. No, no one has ever said that, nor will they ever, because it doesn't beget success. It doesn't. Are negative people successful? Absolutely. But they also struggle, right? They struggle, and we know they struggle. I'm not even going to name names. You know, several people you can point to and say, oh, they're struggling in their life. Now, yeah, maybe they still have certain things that you find or deem successful, but it doesn't mean they're not living without struggle. It doesn't mean they're not living without stress and anger and hatred in their heart and ... right? Fill in the blanks. So I guess the next point to talk about would be thankfulness and happiness and how do they correlate? And then we'll kind of start to wrap this up because, Yeah, no, I know you're busy. It's Saturday. You got things to do. For me, I would say I'm happier because I know that the thankfulness is what? It's forcing me to stop, to pause, breathe, think about what's going on in my life. And if I do that, I'm immensely grateful. Like I said, I mean, I usually start crying if I like talk about Khalil, so we'll see if we do that. If I cry, just because again, love is one of the greatest things that you can have and achieve in your life. And when you have it, and when you have it for as long as I've had, and for longer, right? People who've been in partnerships for 30, 40 years. I mean, I can't imagine if they start to think about what that love has meant for them. It's so amazing, so beautiful, right? So it forces me to just be happy with knowing just the amount of amazement and beauty that's in our lives and the beauty around you, right? Like everything from waking up, and like for me, again, I'm really in love with the scenery that I'm seeing in, you know, the Phoenix area. And it's, to me, it's remarkable. I think it's absolutely stunning where I live. And it just, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for cacti. I'm grateful for little bushes. I'm grateful for immense sunlight. It just seems remarkable that this can be my life, and it is my life, and I get to live here, right? Because me and my husband decided to choose something that we deeply wanted, that we knew was going to make us happy, and we didn't give a damn what anyone or anything had to say about it, right? And we just made that decision. Oh, so amazing. So what am I thankful for? I'm going to share my list to help encourage you so that you too can write out in your journal what you're thankful and grateful for. Waking up, it's a blessing. It is not a guarantee to wake up every day, guys. So if you aren't thankful for being alive, you're missing the number one point, which is life is a gift. Life is precious. It can be taken at any moment and without your consent. So always be grateful to be alive. Always be thankful that you have oxygen in your lungs, that you can breathe. It means you can do anything. It means you can make the most out of this life, but you have to be here to do that in this form, right? You have to be in this form as a human being to do that. So first and foremost, thankfulness for life, thankfulness for air, thankfulness for abilities, whatever abilities you have, thankfulness, right? Because we all know that people in this world have so many different abilities and so many different health challenges. Whatever you have been given, be thankful for it, no matter how challenging it may be. Be thankful, because it can always be worse. It can always be a different scenario that you wouldn't want for yourself. So be thankful. Love on your temple, love on your body, and care for your body. Another thing for me, pets, right? I've explained that, you know, growing up, I wasn't necessarily, the story I told myself was, I'm not active. You know, why would you sweat? Ugh. Like that was my story. My story now is I choose fitness because it feeds my mind, body, and soul. And there's no greater accomplishment and no greater success than if you can wake up and feed your mind, body, and soul every single day. That is a goal and a kind of a challenge that I've tested for myself. I encourage you to take it for yourself as well. Feed your mind, body, and soul every single day, right? So how can you do that? With your mind, you can read. With your body, you can move your body. You can dance, you can exercise, you can walk, you can swim, you can anything, right? Soul, listen to something that moves you, either spiritually based or something that moves, something that you're passionate about, something that you love. Art and Christianity are things that like feed my soul. So those are the things that I do every single day. I wake up and I'm reading. Then I exercise to feed my body, to move my body. And then to feed my soul, I color. I'm going to be painting. I have art things projects that I'm working on. So feed your mind, body, and soul. So for me, those are things that I put out there as well. But another thing I'm grateful for is the pets, because JJ, our dog, he's a wonderful like companion with me on my fitness journey, because I have to walk him, right? He's got to do his business. And to be a good pet owner is to care for him and to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do by him. And so it's an honor to be able to walk with him. And he's just a really great dog. I love him to pieces. I could start crying about JJ because I love him just so much. And he's just like the best dog. If you're ever in Arizona and you want to meet JJ, let me know. He's so amazing. But I'm grateful for him because He's there to comfort me whenever I get scared. I sometimes get scared at night and stuff. I don't like the dark. So I just call for him and he comes, right? And he puts his face there and he's like waiting for me. If I'm sick, he's the first creature to come and lay his head on my lap. He just is extremely attentive. He actually follows me unless I like lock him out of a room. He's like right beside me. Me and my husband Khalil like joke and call him Shadow. He's like my shadow. But it's, you know, I'm grateful because that type of love and devotion from a creature is an honor. It's a blessing. You know, do I deserve it? I don't know, but am I grateful for it? Hell's yes. Hell's yeah. You know, so I need to do what I need to do to make sure that he's happy, that he's cared for, that he gets the food and the walks and the water and all of that good stuff to make sure that he's living a good life, because he sure gives me all the love and attention that I could ever want from an animal. So another thing to be grateful for. This is the one that I can cry on, guys. Oh, the hubby, the Khalil, Mr. Beautiful husband of mine. My best friend, I'm about to cry, guys. My best friend, my rock, my soulmate, my everything, right? So to have love is a blessing. To have his love is a blessing. Thank you. No more crying, that's it. Opportunity. So I wanted to break this out into a couple of things. So there's opportunity, like opportunities you create for your business. I know I can't go on more. I'll keep crying. Can't do it. So opportunity, like for your business, for me, you know, I've been really blessed to be able to start Dressing Room Mate and to have clients that I coach and to have clients that I work with on social media or event production or, you know, web content or business strategy. These are things that I've developed and created and put that out there in the universe. So grateful and thankful for that. I'm grateful and thankful for other opportunities outside of Dressing Room Mate that I've created, like the podcast with Khalil called Woke and Free, wokeandfree.com. Check it out, guys. I'm also grateful for certain gifts and things that I've acquired during life, because, you know, if you're not thankful for gifts and giveaways and things like that, then why should you continue to win them? And, you know, you have to think about that, right? You have to be grateful, whether you win a pen or $1 million, like, it's a gift. It wasn't something that you knew you were going to get. So there's such joy and wonderfulness that comes from that. So those are things that I'm really grateful for. I mentioned Arizona. Being able to pick up and move is not an easy task, guys. If you ever want to talk about it, let me know. I talked about it on the Woke and Free platform, but totally happy to talk about it here as well. If you're thinking about a transition in your career or taking a big leap like we did and changing where you live, it can be full of lots of obstacles. It can be filled with so much considerations, it will blow your mind. But the blessings can be remarkable, can be things that you can't even imagine for yourself. So think about that and think about what do you want and what do you need out of life. And for us, definitely this is the pace of life that we wanted. This is beautiful. It's just stunning. And it really is affording us this kind of atmosphere of like, feed your mind, body, soul every single day. New York wasn't giving it to us. Just wasn't, right? And that's okay. Every environment, every place is different. But for here, it's like you gotta do it. You gotta get out here and do what you need to do. So there's that. And then opportunities for others that I'm able to afford. So I'm really excited to now talk about this. I want to make sure I give you the links that you need. So did you know that I'm a part of 2 upcoming summits that are taking place? If not, I want to share the links with them so that you know. So the first summit that I'm a part of is the Social Power Summit. So this is taking place actually really soon, July 8th through July 12th. So let me share the link and make sure that you sign up. So have you joined? Get your tickets here. All right, so I shared that link. And then the next summit that I'm a part of, which is super exciting, is starting on July 15th and 16th. And this one is particularly, the other one is Social Power, so it's about social media and really kind of getting your life on social media. But this one is the 365 Reinvention Summit, July 15th to the 16th. So if you have not thought about, you know, if you've ever thought, wow, I need to reinvent a part of your life, mine is kind of the tools and mindset needed to reinvent your career and your life. you definitely want to join my session, but there's so many other speakers that you can tune into who are going to feed you what you need for your reinvention journey. And this is opportunities that I'm able to be a part of and give to you. And so that really, let me make sure, reinvent. Why is this not coming up? Okay, this is, yep, Reinvention Summit. Okay, so I'll just share the link for that. All right, so now you have both links. So first, Social Power Virtual Summit is taking place July 8th through July 12th. And then I have the Reinvention Summit, which is July 15th and July 16th. So they're both virtual, so you can be anywhere in the world that you can tune in and you know, get your tickets and all of that good stuff. But what's really great is being able to be a speaker and being able to offer wisdom and context and information that's going to really help you on your journey, whether it's reinvention, whether it's social media, whether it's right? So I'm really grateful to be able to offer those opportunities for others, and I'm really hoping to be a part of even more conferences and summits that I can help give my tidbit to help you on whatever you're working on. So there's that. Next, I'm thankful for you. Why? Because you tuned in. Either you watch this on the live, you watch this in the replay, and your time is extremely valuable and really important. And I know that. Why? Because time is the most important and valuable asset we all have. You can never get it back, right? 5 minutes ago, it's passed, it's done. Not coming back, guys. That's that. So whenever you tune into something, whenever you consume something, you are leveraging and giving your time and energy to that. That's deeply meaningful. And I would be a really crappy person if I didn't appreciate that and acknowledge that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm always deeply grateful when you tune in and when you share things. It is, it's everything, right? It's a part of why I do what I do. So thank you. And now, because we are a little bit over, I want to make sure I get to these following things. It's time for you to think about your own journey on thankfulness and reinvention, and really and the things that you want in this life, and how being more thankful can help you get there. So think about that for today. If you want to share your thoughts about that in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'd love to be able to talk about that with you and you know, discuss if you have questions or issues, right? There's thankfulness it's something that I think can come easy once you get into the practice of it. But if maybe you're struggling with that and you want to talk about that, happy to do that with you. So please put that in the comments. Next, I'd love for you to tag 2 people in the comments that you feel like could benefit from watching this, right? Could be friends, could be family, could be coworkers, whatever. Just totally tag people, put them in there, and then of course share it. You know, sharing is caring, right? That's how we get conversations to get around the globe. It's by people literally for free just pressing the share button. So share away, guys. And then next, I'd love for you to, and this is where I want you to make sure you check out Dressing Room 8 at dressingroom8.com. Why? Because there's a couple of things for you to do there. So first, let's go through that. You can subscribe to the blog. That's really great. That way you'll get email notification for every upcoming blog post that is made live. Also, you can check out the events calendar, so you can sign up if you missed the links here. You can sign up for the Social Power Summit. You can sign up for the 365 Reinvention Summit here. And you can also just check out my recommendations. Oh yes, I needed to put that for you. So I didn't forget. If you wanted to see more book recommendations, check out book recommendations here. It's dressingroom8.com / my recommendations, so you can get that there. And then lastly, it's also, I'd love for you to sign up for the newsletter. I do monthly newsletters, so you know, I don't harass or make myself too welcome in your inbox. It's just once a month typically, and It's just to give you guys a little bit of content, a little bit of updates as to what I'm working on, things to hopefully inspire and motivate you in your life and what's important to you. And also invite you to join things so that you know, hey, I'm sorry I didn't hear about this, right? I try to put it out as much as possible so that you guys can join me on my journey. And then with that, I just, again, thank you for joining the Dear Journal series. And if you have ideas for things to write about or talk about in your journal or my own journaling, just let me know. Put them in the comments, okay? And with that, it's been a pleasure, guys. As always, you're the best. And I hope you enjoy all the resources that I included here. And of course, you can always catch us on the replay as well on the YouTube channel. So you can find all social media handles at dressingroom8.com. Put it in the comments, and you have a blessed, productive, amazing day because you deserve it. And that's the story you need to tell yourself every single day. All right. See you soon. Bye.